by counting. All right, here we go.
What two kinds of animals do you see in the terrarium?
Ooh, what do you see?
Frog.
There are hermit crabs and tree frogs. How many hermit crabs do you see?
How many hermit crabs do you see?
1,
Count.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There are 8 hermit crabs. How can you make sure you counted the correct number? You can count the same group twice to make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You get the same answer.
That's good.
There are 8 hermit crabs. You can also mark the animal in some way to keep track of what you counted.
And we know how to
How
do that,
many
right?
tree frogs do you see? You can mark them off to keep track. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 6 tree frogs.
See how they marked
The
up?
marking let you know you counted each one once. Why is it important to count carefully?
Why do you have to count carefully? Why not just kind of do it real fast? What would be the difference there? What helps then? Yeah, so you don't miss any, right? And that's why we like to mark them too, right? So that way we know that we counted them. But here's the deal. You can sit there and mark them, but you have to remember to count when you do it too, right? Okay? So I've seen some of you guys start to mark your animals or you mark what you're counting, but you're not counting when you do it. So make sure that you're counting as you're marking them. Make sense? NH, make sense? Okay, good.
When you count a group, you want to know exactly how many. You don't want to miss one or count one twice. Let's take a look at this number sequence. It helps you decide which number is greater or less than the other by showing the numbers in order when you count.
See that number line there? 1 to 10. Okay, so this lets you know when you start to count, if a number comes after another number, it means it's going to be greater. Okay, so if you see the number 2 all the way over here, and then when you count 3, 4, 5, 6, okay, so anything past the 2 is going to be greater than that 2, right? So 3 is greater than 2, 4 is greater than 2, 5 is greater than 2, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, they're all greater than 2. All right, so anything that you count after is going to be greater. Evelyn, put it all away. What are we doing? Not listening. All right, so it says drag the circle from one number to the next to compare the numbers and see how the hermit crabs appear here. So again, this board is very sensitive, so. Oh, there it goes. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, they keep popping up, right? See that? You go down here. Oh, they disappear. And then they appear again. Right? It's too hard to do it one at a time. This one is too sensitive.
Which number of animals is greater than the other? How do you know?
Hermit crabs is greater? Alright, so again, when you see the 8 and you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 6 came first, 8 came after, so that lets us know well, 8 is greater than 6. Make sense? Okay. I know a lot of you just knew that anyways.
The number of hermit crabs is greater. 8 comes after 6 when you count. Which number of animals is less than the other?
Less. Listen to the
The
question.
number of tree
Less.
frogs is less.
Less.
6 comes before 8 when you count. How do you know there are not equal numbers of hermit crabs and tree frogs in the terrarium?
They're not the same number, right? Good one, Madeline. They're not the same, so we know that they're not equal, right? If you have the same number, if you have 8 and 8, that's equal. 8 equal means it's the same, right? Okay, here you go.
The circled numbers are different. If they were equal, the circled numbers you know how to compare groups by counting. Way to go!
All right. Okay, so get your names on those papers. Get your name on top, get a pencil out ready. We're going to get busy doing some counting. All right, so we're on our solving chair. We're in a terrarium. Lots of fish. Or not terrarium, I'm sorry, an aquarium. An aquarium is filled with water. Okay? So just have one pencil out and your box is closed. This has been a struggle all day. Close your boxes, one pencil out. I'm not going to move on until that is done. Close your boxes, one pencil is out. I have to repeat myself at least 3 times until it all gets done. Shouldn't take that many times, guys. All right, so your name's on top?
Yeah.
All right, so listen up.
The class aquarium has 2 kinds of fish, goldfish and tetras. Write numbers to tell how many of each kind. Draw a circle around the fish that has a greater number than the other. Show how you know you are right.
Alrighty, so here we go. We're going to start with the goldfish. Alright, when we count, what are we going to do when we count? As we count, raise your hand. What are we going to do as we count, Mena? We're going to mark them. Ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Did we get them all? Okay, so 7 goldfish. Put that on the line. 7 goldfish. Write it in. Okay, and let's count the little tetras now. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right, so 9 goes on the line next to the tetras. Right? So now it says we have to circle the greater number. Which one's greater than the other? So is 7 greater or is 9 greater? Well, 9. So we are going to circle the 9. All right. No, it didn't say to put an X on the 7, right? You guys listen. You guys have to not go ahead and start doing things just because you did it once before. We're not putting X's. But if I don't say to X something, then don't X it. If I said not to circle something, then don't circle it. You have to listen to the exact directions. Because if you start doing other extra things, I have to get my marker out and I gotta mark things wrong. Okay? So listening gears, turn them on and make sure they're ready to go today. All right? Okay. Lift the paper up. Lift just this one. Turn it to the back and look for that picture of the terrarium from the video. I didn't say to go to the back. I said just lift the one page and I said look for the terrarium. Remember with the crabs and stuff? Okay. Alright, so again, it said today we are going to be counting. We're going to write the numbers in. Sometimes we're going to be circling, looking for the greater number, but you never know. They might change the directions. So don't just start doing things because you think you know what to do. Wait for... Amazing. You know the answer, so let's do it. Okay. So, look at all these fish. Holy moly. So in order to count these, you guys have to be very careful. You have to mark them. Okay, are we ready? All right, so please be careful as you count and mark. All right, so let's start with the pink fish. Let's double check. They said 10. Let's double check it. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, 10 is correct. So go ahead and trace the 10 next to the pink fish. They were right. Do you see it? Can I tell you one thing too, guys? Do you notice, because I know you guys are busy marking yours, you don't see me doing it, but I always go from left to right. Siren, yeah. I always work from left to right. That way, my eyes are looking up and down, and I'm kind of watching my fish, and I'm trying to make sure I don't miss any. Okay? So that's one suggestion that always helps me out, so maybe it'll help you. Okay, so let's do the purple fish now. Let's mark them. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, 8 is correct, right? So go ahead and trace the 8, uppercase S, crisscross on that midline, and head back to where you started. All right. So, 10 pink, 8 purple. Which number is greater, Juliana? 10. So yes, they were correct. They circled the 10. We're going to trace over that circle because they were right. Yes, Ben? Okay, so you're asking a question. All right. Paper, look it. Watch. You're just going to flip it over. We'll get started counting and marking, but then I'm gonna show you one other thing that you can do to mark the fish. When you have big amounts like this, it can get very confusing, right? So I'm gonna help you out. I'm gonna give you another suggestion that might help. You ready? Okay. So first of all, let's start. Kindergarten, I want to make sure you can hear me. Let's start with these like little green, like turquoise fish. Okay? So let's go over here. Here we go. Let's mark them and count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, that's it, right? Okay, so let's put a 6 next to the green fish. Now, here's something else you can do. Instead of marking them with a line, just if you want to, this might help. Just because we use lines for the other ones, I'm going to circle the yellow fish. That's another way we can count and mark. Ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. So let's put 7 on the line. All right. So for number 2, again, they would like us to find the amount that is greater. Which number is greater? Is it 6 or 7, Brayden? 7. 7, so we're going to circle it. All right. So listen, now before we do number 3 here, the blue and the red fish, you can decide how you want to mark them. If you don't want to do, I like to do I'm going to do the marks first like we normally do, the lines, and then I'm going to circle for the next one. Because then that way it helps me see the fish a little bit better, which ones I'm counting. It's up to you. All right, ready? Let's do the blue fish first. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Put an 8 on the line. Uppercase S, crisscross in the middle. All right. And then we've got these like, they're kind of reddish orange fish, right? Okay, here we go. Let's mark them and count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so 9 red orange fish. Okay, now listen to the directions for this one. You ready? So we have 8 blue, 9 orangey red fish. Make sure you write those numbers in right now. All right, here's what it says. Draw a circle around both numbers if they're equal. Or mark an X on both numbers if they are not equal. So, are these numbers equal?
No.
No, because they're not the same. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to put an X on both numbers because they're not equal. That's what it says. It said put an X on the numbers. It said circle if they're equal, both of them. Or put an X on both of them if they're not equal. Got that? All right. Okay, let's go down to number 4. We've got these like brown fish now, right? All right, let's count them. Here we go. Mark them and count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, 8 again. All right. right, here we go. 8 brown fish. 8. 8. All right, now we got these little greeny looking fish. All right, I know they're like a turquoise and a teal. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, 7 on the line. Okay. All right, again, directions are changing again. You ready? All right, so we have 8 brown, 7 green. Here's the directions. Mark an X on the number that is less than the other number. Mark an X on the number that is less than the other number. What number are we going to put an X on, Ben H? Which number is less? Use the number line to help you. When you count, which number is less than the other one? So again, what number comes first? Okay? Which number is less? Ben H, go ahead, tell me. 8 or 7? I didn't hear him say anything. Shh, there's too many people making comments. Ben H, which number do you think is less? 7. Very good. All right, so let's put an X on the 7. Good job. Because remember when we count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 7 came first, so that means it's smaller. 8 is greater. All right. Okay, let's go down to number 5. Everyone's ready? All right, we're gonna mark and count the purple fish. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right, 9 purple fish. And now we've got some gold yellow looking fish. All right? You gotta write your numbers. Come on. 9. You guys have to mark them on your paper too. I'm marking and counting, but you guys have to do it on your paper. Because guess what? You're going to do it on your own here in a minute. So you better be practicing doing it now. All right, here we go. To the yellow fish. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, so now we have 10 yellow fish. All right, so listen for the directions now again. Okay, so this one again does say mark an X on the number that is less than the other. Which number is less, 9 or 10, Jacob? Which one's less, 9 or 10? I know, but I'm going to call on you anyways. Which one's less, 9 or 10? 9. Excellent, Jacob. Way to go. So we're going to put an X on that number. All right. All right, thumbs up. We're good? Okay, just put it up. All right, so put an X on the 9. All right. Lift that paper and turn it to that. Now I got some lizards. Lizards and spiders and newts and butterflies. Oh my. Like Nina. Remember what Nina was? She was a slimy newt. Maybe a salamander. Okay. This time, you're on your own, but I'm going to do one at a time. I'm going to give you directions. You ready? So, mark and count. Start with the yellow little lizards here, so go ahead and count. Mark them and count them. I'm not counting out loud this time. You guys are on your own. Mark and count the yellow ones. Write the number. Then mark and count the green lizards. You need to sit up. Come on, sit up and do the yellow. Just the yellow. Start with the yellow. Don't be drawing lines. Do the yellow. Count them and mark them. Then put your pencil down. Wait for what goes next. Okay, good. You have to count it right. I can't do it for you this time. Put your Okay. All right, does everybody have the numbers written?
Yes.
You write them in, Ben. All right, It says, draw a circle around both of the numbers if they're equal, or mark an X on both the numbers if they're not equal. Excuse me, hold on, you just do it yourself, don't tell me, I don't need you to say it out loud. So you're gonna circle both numbers if they're equal, and put an X on them if they're not equal. Okay, then see, what do you mean? If they're equal, you're gonna circle both of them. If they're not equal, you're gonna put an X on both of them. Circle the numbers if they're equal, go ahead, or put an X on them if they're not. Remember, if the numbers are the same, they are equal, right? You can circle, guys, whatever, just around the numbers. Just around the numbers, that's it. That's fine, or each one. Just do each one then, okay? Yeah. Okay. No, Elena, no. We're not doing that, making noises. No, Rebecca, don't do that. You're going to ready to stop it. Okay, go ahead and start, go to number 7. Color, mark and count the purple little newts there. Okay, you need to circle them if they're equal, or put an X on them if they're not equal. So equal or not equal. Okay, thank you. Let's go. Hurry up. You gotta follow directions. Here we go. Okay. Now we're doing the purple one. Count and mark the purple newts and then do the orange newts. Count and mark. Again, always go back and double check that you marked them all. That's not how we fix it. Okay, because some of you I walked by and I was like, uh-oh, you forgot to count 1 or 2, okay? So be careful. You have to be careful because a lot of times we're missing animals. We're missing them. That's why I can get helps to do the marking one way and then mark them a different way a second time, okay? All right, so now this time it says, all right, for number 7, it says mark an X on the number that is less than the other number. Mark an X on the number that is less than the other number. Mark an X on the number that is less than the other number. Don't look at me, I'm not helping you. You guys got to decide. Look at the number line on the top to help you as well. Okay, use the number line. Which one is less? Remember, whichever one comes first, that number is going to be less. If it comes after, it's greater. All right, we're good? Okay. So, first thing you need to do, you've got some brown spiders. Now look, remember, you're not going to count this one. Okay, that one it doesn't count. This is just showing you where you need to record your number. So please mark and count the brown spiders and then write the number on the line. Do that first.
8.
Count them, mark and count, and write the number.
1,
got that number? Okay, now, I need you, so these are supposed to be actually tarantulas. Ooh. And then over here, they want a group of spiders. So here's what they want. It says, can you draw a group of spiders that is, listen, this is tricky, 2 greater in number than the number of tarantulas. Okay, so hold on. 2 greater. So how many tarantulas did you guys count? Raise your hand and tell me, how many tarantulas did you count? Okay, Evelyn, how many tarantulas did you count?
7.
Did everyone else get 7?
Yeah.
Wonderful. So guess what? You're going to start with the number 7. So right now, I want you to draw. Here, I'm actually going to help you guys with this one. I want you to draw 7 counters. Okay, don't draw them too big. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So right now, they're equal, aren't they? But they asked you, they said, draw a group of spiders that is 2 greater. So how many more are you going to add, Riley?
2 more.
Draw 2 more, and then I want you to count how many counters there are now and write that number on the line. You have to add 2 more to that. Now write the number on the line. Yep, you drew 7 to start off, but you're going to draw 2 more. So it says it wants 2 greater. So add 2 more. Now go back and recount. How many do you have now? Write it on the line. Don't tell me. Just write it. Count and write it. Got that? All right, you guys got that? As long as you added 2 more, turn around, Dane, then you should have the right amount. Okay. We're good? Eyes up here. Everyone counted, wrote the new number? Because you have a new amount. I didn't do it to mine yet, so don't look at mine. Okay, I was just getting you started. All right. Count the butterflies. Mark and count the butterflies, please. All right. Let me ask you, how many butterflies did you count? Georgia, how many? 6. Okay, here's what you have to do for me. You ready? All right, you counted 6 butterflies. So here's the number 6. You see it? I need you to write all those numbers that are greater than 6. So look at your number line. Go ahead and write the numbers that are greater than 6. So keep counting up. Think about it. What comes after 6? Write the number and keep counting up. All right? So write all those numbers that are greater than 6. Go ahead. There's going to be 4. Okay? 4 numbers that you need to write there. Let's do it. And when you're done, raise your hand. I'm going to grab this number. Even if they're not all in order, as long as you get them all, really. Oh, yeah. Yep, keep going. There's more numbers. Keep counting up. 7, 8, what percent? Yep, there you go. There you go. Right.